Alright then, folks, we are back with some more MS Saga. So we had got the drill lance in the last one, and fought some other people, and built the sandrock. And now it is time to go hit probably the first base, and maybe even the second one. I don't imagine the second one will be all that long either. I haven't timed it though, so I don't know, but this one's probably the easiest of them. Yeah, we have everyone. So I don't know if I showed it or not, but the other side of the base is locked. It's always locked. Or was it this one that was locked on the other side, or was it the other one? It might have been the other one. But yes, everyone's best friend is here. Douchey McFatass. I mean, you are the one who ran away longer than he did, kid. I don't want you to entertain me, though. I actually want to run away. I'm not afraid of you. I don't want you near me, though. It's different. But yeah, similar to every other one we've done before. Basically, we fight all the mini encounters, and then we fight the boss. Hey, but they have death shields and death gatlings. That's weird. There was a bit of lag there. I'm using less than 10% CPU and like 2% memory. That's weird. Oh well, I'll just blame that on the emulator. And if you're wondering, I do have 64 gigs in this of RAM in this computer for some reason, because I thought that was a good idea way back in the day. So, yeah. It's not very useful, and I really don't suggest it. You're pretty fine with only 16, to be completely honest. If you're wondering, I know a little while ago I had said those were from the Gatling guns on their shoulders were from the Gun Cannon 2, I believe. Those are actually the ones from the James gun. The coloring on the Gun Cannon ones are slightly different, and they're more rounded. That's the James gun from F91 and late UC. It was basically the Federation's replacement for the, what's it called? For the Yagin, because they were still using it for like 30 years. Because after the Unicorn and the Lapis incident and in the original timeline CCA, basically technological development stopped for 30 years. Until Job John was like, yes, the guy from the original was like, hey, let's build this new Gundam. And then after they built the new Gundam, it got stolen by Mars remnants from Xeon remnants from Mars called the Oldsmobile Army, and that would be used to build an even better Gundam, which is the F91, and the James gun would start getting incorporated through that. Yeah, the James gun was basically better than the Yagin, but it was way more expensive and not very strong, so most people still preferred using Yagins, to the point where they would be used all the way till 0079, till they are eventually completely retired due to the more miniaturization of hardware. And so mobile suits got about half the size, so having something like a Yagin was a giant target on you. Plus the enemy was smaller than you and moving faster than you. So they would eventually miniaturize everything, and I forget what they went to after that. And then for some reason, by about the time of Victory, mobile suits are back to normal size? Honestly, that was because Victory was made before Crossbone, but, you know, lore-wise, that makes no sense. I think Victory was only, like, 3 feet shorter or something like that. Or 3 meters shorter, I should say. Yeah, so Tristan can't attack right now because it needs 3 energy to attack. That's generally why I don't use it, but since I've been using, what's it called so much? I've been just using power charge so much and boosts. Doesn't really matter. Usually I give Vargas the bow, but I might give it to Bazuli this time. That'd be kind of fun. Let's see. Tristan got Regenerate. Fritz got Armor All. So Regenerate, I believe, is the ability that allows him to take up immobilized allies. But it costs something like 16 TP, so I generally don't use it. Yeah, it allows you to restore some allies. There's also Armor All, which, as you can probably guess, increases everyone's armor. And Aeon didn't get anything. Sooner or later, she'll get Fin Funnels, which will be pretty useful. Or does she get Master Funnels first? I forget. They're basically the same thing, but we'll talk about those when we actually get them. And, if you're wondering, basically the Death Shields are shield enemies. They have a lot of defense, they're immune to certain things. But certain boosts go around that, and the Death Gatlings, I believe, try to use Gatling Fire on you, which is the 3-weapon attack, so they have 2 machine gun hands and the built-in laser cannons. They're annoying, they're not very dangerous. This is getting us Death Army data and getting us the possibility of getting a Death Army. I've personally, when I was doing all that training way long time ago, like 3 weeks now, I actually got up to, I think it was like 74 Death Army data or something like that. So I was actually able to get a Death Army, because honestly, Death Armies are kind of not useful. They generate HP every turn, and their stats are about where the Mars is at, but you get it so late in the game that it's just kind of like, why bother? I mean, the Master Gundam, which has the same abilities, you get way, way, way late in the game. I think you actually get it after the end of the game. That's really good, because that has both the best or second best melee in the game and does a shitload of damage, or shitload of range damage. And it regenerates health every turn, and it's immune to everything. Built-in perfect guard. I'll never guess what the best melee in the game is, though. If the Master Gundam's the second best, what do you think the best is? And if you didn't say God Gundam, I hate you. Because it is goddamn the God Gundam. Oh, and if you're kind of new, the God Gundam and the Burning Gundam are the exact same thing. But in America, it was considered, not blasphemy, but, obscene, I believe is the term they gave for it. To say that the God Gundam, or to say that it was the God Gundam. So they changed it to the Burning Gundam. I thought he attacked us when we moved to that door, but it might be this one, so... Real quick, we're gonna switch Aeon in. Aeon, Fritz, Tristan, yep. And we don't need to do any repairs because we didn't get hit. But yeah, the Burning Gundam, or the God Gundam, Burning Gundam are the same thing. They have the most melee in the game, and they'll probably go to Tristan. Or, you know, anyone else we want to melee. We might also give Tristan the Ultron later, which would be kind of fun. But yes, we are fighting one of the 4 Heavenly Generals, the Grand Gundam. Yeah, so the Grand Gundam, I believe, has mostly lasers up until 1 attack that's chaff and 1 melee attack. So this is one of the few enemies that you can actually lock them down completely and make sure they can't do anything. But we're not going to do it. I just love this model. Yeah, so the secret behind Actor and why he was an asshole the entire time was he was influenced by DG cells. It's actually believed that he was one of the first people to get influenced by them, because Hell used his desire for power to infect him. And that's why he's a dick to everyone, and he basically became everyone's enemy. Yep. So we're actually going to have you charge. We're going to have... Should we charge or defend? I think charging will be fine. Yeah. Alright, so hypercharge. Fritz, you're going to chaff field. And Aeon's going to bit. Or funnel. And I'm assuming this is going to be him full charging. He does that occasionally. And you can just Giga Flame him. Or do we want to system hack him? I don't really use that much, and it might actually help. I tend to avoid debuffs, though. For some of the later bosses, debuffs are really useful. Oh. I was thinking that he was going to use the beam attack, but whatever. So that's Grand Press. That's the move that you can lock down with Vargas if you want. You're going to chaff field again, and I guess you can funnel? I should probably repair all, but oh well. Yeah, if you have Vargas use counter snipe when he does that, he'll be stopped from attacking. But to lock him down completely, you kind of have to know his rotation. I honestly don't really remember it, so it'll be fine. Actually, he doesn't need to be repaired, so I can just throw that on you. You can do this. You can switch to Bazuli, who can do this. Watch, he's gonna Grand Press again, but it won't really matter since everyone has more than 500 HP. Or not. That works for me. Yeah, he's gonna full charge. And then I forget what his full charge ability does, so I'll probably just have Fritz chaff field, have Aeon beam field, and all that jazz. Guess I could switch to Vargas for now and have him shoot at you. Mm-hmm. Let's switch you to Tristan. You're just gonna charge. Well, actually, you're gonna defend. You're going to Chafffield, and we're gonna switch you out for Aeon, and she's going to Beamfield. And more than likely, if he does it again, and these don't help, I'll just defend next time. I just forget what type of attack it is. Alright then. A little bit of a waste, but it worked out. So I'm assuming he just doesn't have any laser attacks at all. Which is probably the case. Oh no, you need 7 to counter snipe. Never mind. I was thinking about switching him for Vargas, but that won't really help. I should Giga Fire with Head Vulcans. That'd be funny. Oh, for a second I thought he was gonna die to that. Plasma Lancers one more. We'll Sonic Storm you, why not? I'm assuming he's gonna armor down us all again. Mm-hmm. I used the wrong one, but it worked out. Yeah, I thought we'd have enough time to do the next one after this, but it doesn't look like it. Hey, Dreamy got Giga Flame. So next episode we'll probably hit that one, grab the Zeta. From there, well, I mean, because we're the protagonist. Yeah, probably next episode we'll grab one base, then go get the Zeta. After we get the Zeta, probably we'll start doing Mount Trial. Yep, so that's one base down. Now only 3 more to go. And 3 more Heavenly Generals to fight. Yeah, let's go over to Diggins Rock. Yeah, so as you can guess, that I mentioned it a couple of times now, we have lost the gal, but basically, yeah, I know. I've been doing this long enough, Vargas. Yeah. So basically, we hit the next fort, we get the... We get the Zeta, and that's what we want. So we're gonna go to Eldar Samnia. Because we can still auto-travel there. And this is the closest to Fort Arid. Yeah, they even attacked a giant hole in the middle of the ground. Or in the middle of the desert. But sadly, the loss of the gal means that we can't really do anything for a little while. We can't do any training, we can't do any of the bonus dungeons, we can't fight any of the new guys. We just gotta go do a dungeon, so we're gonna go head over to Fort Arid. No, not at all. My name's, Frank. Yeah, that's it. Yay, somebody's hunting us down. And they have a Gundam! She basically finds you next time you walk into a fort. You don't even have to finish the fort. Mm-hmm. She's probably one of the other people you can give the Burning Gundam to and it would make sense, but... You know, I'm gonna keep the God Gundam for myself. Yeah, it's never explicitly said where she got the Shining Gundam, but she has a Shining Gundam, which is kinda nice. My theory is, anyway, she got it from Australia, because you know the Australians would have a giant arena somewhere in the middle of the desert where, like, you'd have mobile suit combat. You know it would have to be that way. But yeah, I think that'll be that, folks. If you enjoyed the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. Next episode, we'll go hit this fort, we'll grab our Zeta, and then, actually, I think we'll go do the Lost City, then Mount Trial. And then after we finish those two, we can finish up Eisengrad. Well, we can do the other two, dungeons, and then go to Eisengrad, go fight the boss, finish that up, go to that giant mountain base they have, you know, finish that up, and then start part 3 of the story. So, if you enjoyed the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. We'll be back for more a little bit later. Bye, folks.